Now, if you're on your spiritual awakening journey and maybe you have been a little challenged, then I just want you to know you're not alone with this. Usually when spiritual awakenings happening, they can be quite challenging because it brings up a lot of stuff. But you do probably also know that even though it brings up a lot of stuff that you really don't want to deal with, that may be even uncomfortable and painful at times, you do also know that this is a very important journey for you, that this is what you're meant to do. But maybe you're also a little unsure of what to do, how to move forward, how to make this less overwhelming and challenging and frustrating and even painful. And maybe you also know that you do want to awaken fully. Maybe you've already had a glimpse of what it is, how it is when you start awakening more. And you want to have more of that. You want to embrace your journey. Now, spiritual awakening journeys, they're really, really important because it helps us to awaken to the truth of who we are. It helps us awaken to that part within us that has been asleep. But like I said, it also brings up a lot of stuff that is often hard to deal with that we need to release. And because spiritual awakening journeys are so powerful and so important, I was guided to share with you today in this video a powerful light language healing and activation transmission to really help you embrace your spiritual awakening journey so you can really step into your power and do this empowered without feeling overwhelmed, frustrated, and maybe even challenged in awakening fully. So stay tuned. Hello there, beautiful soul. I'm Kay Sanders, transformational coach, Akashic record guide, and divine messenger, here to help amazing people who are on their spiritual awakening journey awaken gracefully so they can really step into their power and create more success, abundance, and freedom, all while making a bigger impact in the world. Now, if you're new to this channel, I want to invite you, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and also hit the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I release new content, as my channel is all about the spiritual awakening, really assisting you on your spiritual awakening journey. But in today's video, I really felt guided to share this light language transmission with you. But before I do that, I just want to touch on why do you want to embrace your spiritual awakening journey, and also why it can be very challenging. Now, why do you want to embrace it? Because when you awaken, when you are on your spiritual awakening journey, what happens is you awaken to the part within you that's been asleep all this time. Now, when we come into this lifetime, we have forgotten how divine we are, how powerful we are. And yes, I said powerful. I'm not saying this that you have massive powers, that you can, rule the world or anything like that. But you have divine gifts. And you will discover them as you are on your spiritual awakening journey. More of who you are will come to the forefront. And also another thing that is very, very powerful about a spiritual awakening is that you awaken deeply within. So if you have been emotionally shut down before, or if you've had all these doubts and fears and all of that stuff that's really not all that nice and good, you release that, you awaken more, and your life becomes more brighter, more fulfilled. You also then uncover what you are here to do. So if up until this point you were looking for that fulfillment, that inner satisfaction, that to do more, to be more, to make that impact, then as you're awakening more of who you are, you will then uncover that. One of the things my guides always share with me is that everyone's true purpose in life, it's not what they do. That usually comes through their awakening. But their true purpose in life is to awaken to their power within, to awaken to who they are, to go through their spiritual awakening journey so they can uncover who they are, like to really awaken. Think of it like that. Up until this point, you have been asleep. And a spiritual awakening makes you wake up. I mean, wouldn't you want to be awake? Would you want to be awake to who you are and what's truly possible for you? And that's really the beautiful thing about a spiritual awakening. You wake up. You wake up from your lifelong sleep, basically. And then as you awaken, then what you are here to do will unfold. You will realize what you're here to do. Because of your spiritual awakening, you may then feel called to go into the healing arts. Maybe then you uncover your gifts, that maybe you're a psychic or a healer, or you can communicate with the divine. Whatever it is, as you awaken more, as you shed the layers of doubt and densities and all that stuff that we grew up with that taught us to be in lack and limitation, to put aside who we are, to basically teach us that we need to be asleep. through your spiritual awakening, you wake up to that part within you that has been asleep all your life. So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. But the unfortunate truth is, with spiritual awakenings, there also comes a lot of stuff that is not quite easy to deal with, especially if you don't have the support, if you don't really know what's going on. It can really derail you, because when you're spiritually awakened, what happens is, think of it as a layer of an onion. You have to peel back the layers of doubt and disbelief and limiting beliefs and fears and worries and past experiences, maybe even past life things. So you have to remove all these densities, all these layers that basically keep you asleep. And whatever you uncover, that's usually what a lot of people are really challenged with. And also learn that, hey, you have gifts. Maybe you do communicate with the divines, or maybe you do have the ability, but up until this point you weren't aware of it, and all of a sudden you start seeing things, you start hearing things, you start knowing things, and you're experiencing things that are not normal for someone that is asleep, right? So it can be challenging, and like I said, it brings up a lot of fear, a lot of doubt, a lot of worry. So that's why spiritual awakenings, as amazing and exciting as they are, they do also push a lot of your buttons. They make you grow quite intensely from within. They stretch you in so many ways, which is why I was guided to do this light language today, to share this with you, to help you make this easier. Because, like I said, the spiritual awakening journey is the best journey that you can be on, because you wake up. You wake up to the truth of who you are, and then the sky is truly the limit. Because then you can tap into your inner strength, your inner power. But like I said, we want to release all the stuff that is kind of making it hard for you right now to embrace your spiritual awakening journey. And I just want you to know that if this light language really helps you, I want to invite you then to maybe save this video to your watch later list and watch it again. Every time you're feeling challenged and you struggle to move forward, maybe you have doubt coming up, you can repeat this light language. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the light language. So if you can put both feet on the ground, take a deep breath in and breathe in light and love, and breathe out anything that doesn't need to be here. And for the next inhale, just close your eyes. Allow yourself to get centered. Calm your mind. Allow yourself to pull yourself in from wherever you left yourself throughout the day. And whenever you're listening to this, and just put both feet on the ground and anchor yourself into Mother Earth. Really allow yourself to feel or imagine having roots coming out of your feet, going deep into the ground. We want to really be centered in this moment right now. And I want to invite you to allow yourself to be open to this light language transmission, because it is to your highest and greatest good. And I want to call forth 100,000 angels, ascended masters, spirit guides, and beings of the light that can best support us now in this healing and activation. Please step forward, connect with us now. Uplift us as we prepare ourselves for this light language transmission. The intention for this light language transmission is to release any fear and worry, any doubt and any overwhelm, to activate within us our inner strength, inner wholeness, and a sense of deep love, deep self-love and self-worth, to release any past life ties that could hinder our awakening. That could be past life vows, karmic contracts, any past life experience that could interfere with us awakening even more. And to also activate our inner knowing, our intuitive senses, and to open, activate, and balance both our third eye and crown chakra, so we can embrace our spiritual awakening path ahead. And activate within us our inner strength, inner empowerment, so we follow our path empowered, courageous, knowing that this is to our highest and greatest good. Kushta ahan nistura al eshtukuta anne istushta tu uru ustal in ashtuka an ehe tuku uruhuka ahan astek ti ishta ati ele et uruta Nakaan esturula an istauka nastelek raashti takaraate et uku. He nushta naste eku uruhushta aha. Nu urushta an eku urushta ale et nicht aste ehitu urutu uka aha. Hen atele et urura an aste ishtana. Hushta alene ahitu urusta an et i. Ku ushta an asta. Huna asta alle etu ruka akt iku raha an asta aha. Na al eshtale e. Lu ushta an ast he ele etu uru ut an est akat est at ili ituru uta. Nu ushta an estu urka asta aha el etu ura ata aha. Hu ust a le esta an etu urka ata ehitu uruk ate. Nu ushta an alle etu uruka ata ehe ete iti uku utu urha ate. Huka aha ate etu ushta an etu ushta aiwa aten e. Tuku ushta hale ete. Tu ushta al et uruka ahne eta ati itu uruka ata ahata ati. Tuku ushta an etu saakal est ha nu ushahate ete. Tu ushta an etu uruku ushta aha le etu urukshta ina akati I. Sushta al etu uru ata nashta ne ete. Tuku ushta an ne eteku utu le etara akata ashta aida nukurushta na istashta natata ishtuku shtaan etuku ushta ate ete I tu utuku ushta han hushta ate ele etushta na ashte ita na ashta aki itu uru ustan eturu ushti itiku tu utu uwa ate nukurushta anate itu rushta aha al eta tu kan etu usta le etushta aha hu ustana hushta anna aha kurhal inarashti asta tale et ush hate eturhane eista tiki ishtana luraina istaneata. Now take a deep breath in. Anchor in that energy. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes. Wow, that was quite powerful. It was actually Horus who had come forth, and he took us into he called it the pyramid of lifetimes of healing. We were all placed into that pyramid where we really received that cleansing, that cutting the cords to the past lives, to whatever it is that is really holding you back. But then I also saw the sun sign that was really being infused both in our crown chakra and also our third eye, to really infuse it with that light so we can really awaken, so we can see more clearly, hear more clearly, know more clearly, and also feel more clearly. Now, as you're on your spiritual awakening journey, you will then also awaken your inner senses, and that's really what happened just now too. Now, I just want you to know that nothing is going to be subtle where all of a sudden, like, you all of a sudden you're feeling a whole lot more, anything like that. Now, you go at your own speed. Now, you have been activated. This was truly a powerful activation to open up your third eye even more and your crown, and to activate your inner senses to know more clearly, hear more clearly, feel more clearly, and see more clearly. Now, like I said, this does not mean that all of a sudden you start seeing things and hearing things and knowing things and feeling things that you are not ready. Now, you always have free will. Now, you can allow this to unfold more quickly or more slowly. It happens as you are ready to let it unfold. So no activation will just make it poof and all of a sudden you're woken. It doesn't work that way. But you go at your own pace, because there may be still certain life lessons that you need to learn before you can awaken fully. But Horus really just cleared a lot of that energy. He cleared a lot of the past ties, because what I have realized with a lot of my clients that I do readings for, or even healings, a lot of as they're on the spiritual awakening journey and discovering their divine gifts, they've had some really bad experience in past lives where they were beaten and murdered, and I mean, it was just cruel as it related to them embracing their gifts. So now in this lifetime, we need to clear that in order for them to really step into their power. So you too may have had past lives. So whatever past lives that were ready right now to be healed and released and cleared, now Horus really assisted us in that, cutting the cords to those past lives to clear away whatever's really standing in your way. But you too now your responsibility is now to choose how you want to move forward. Like I said, there are certain things that you are meant to learn on your spiritual awakening journey that no cord cutting is going to really clear it, because you were meant to learn the lesson. Now, one thing that does happen is, like, if you, let's say, get a reading, an Akashic record reading or whatnot, you can find out about past life lessons that you were meant to learn, and just becoming aware of it will help you clear it. So but the thing is, there's certain things in your life, and certain life lessons you simply have to experience. But we just cleared a lot of that energy that will make it easier moving forward, to also help you find it within you to really stand in your power. Because like I said, your spiritual awakening journey is the best, most exciting, and most important journey you can ever be on. And I really want to invite you to embrace your spiritual awakening journey. It's nothing to be feared, nothing to be resisted or rejected or anything, because it is meant to happen to your highest and greatest good, to help you wake up, to help you find your path. But a couple of things I want to share with you real quick that are really, really important, that can make this awakening journey a lot easier. Now, there's just 3 things I want to share that I find the most important ones. The first thing is, learn to trust yourself. Learn to trust that you are capable of doing whatever it is that you want to do, that you can make it through this, that you're not going crazy, you're not losing your mind, you're not losing yourself. Because you see, the thing is, when you spiritually awaken, you go through a different identity crisis, because you're losing a part of yourself. Like, think of it like a part of you, it needs to die, the old self needs to die, and I know it sounds horrible, in order to be reborn. So a spiritual awakening is really a rebirthing process. So the first thing that I want to invite you is, learn to trust yourself. Learn that whatever's happening in your life to you, that whatever you're going through, it's happening for a reason, that you have it within you to make it through this. You are really that powerful that you can overcome anything that you feel challenged with right now. But find that trust within you, that trust in yourself, your path, and everything, that everything is happening to your highest and greatest good, and everything is happening for a reason, and most certainly everything is happening in divine timing. That's the thing. But then also allow yourself to discover the truth of who you are. Like, really do your work, do your inner work, discover who are you beneath all that layers of doubt and fear and limiting beliefs and limitations and all of the stuff that you have picked up on throughout your life, that kind of made you who you are right now, but it also kept you deeply asleep and deeply connected. So allow yourself to really go on an inward journey, discover the truth of who you are. And as you are awakening more, you will then also become more sensitive to the energy. So grounding, having a grounding practice is so very important. Now I have a video for you that I want to share with you. It's about 7 grounding practices that I walk you through, that really helps empaths and light workers and spiritual beings, like the highly sensitive, really to ground your energy, because grounding is really so important, so you won't pick up on all that stuff and holding on to it. So I want to highly invite you, take a look at that video. It's going to be in the description also. You can click the card to get to that video as well. But these are really the most important things for you to focus on as you are embracing your spiritual awakening journey. And I guess I want to also add, don't be afraid of it either. Don't resist it, because the more you go into resistance, the harder it is. Because once the spiritual awakening started, you can't stop it anymore. Yes, you can resist it, but that only prolongs it and it makes it more powerful. So allow yourself to embrace it. That's what I mentioned earlier. Save this video. So whenever you feel challenged again, you can listen to the light language again to help you cleanse and clear and reawaken that part within you so you can move forward, so you can really embrace your spiritual awakening journey. But hey, I want to ask you, if you don't mind, if you've had an experience during this light language, do me a favor, leave a comment below. Let me know. Did you see something? Did you feel something? Did you experience something? Did you notice any shifts? Leave a comment below, please, and just let me know. What was your experience during this light language? I would love to hear it. And hey, if you like this video so far, do me a favor, please hit the like button, and also be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can get notified whenever I release new content. I do intend to release more channeled messages, more divine messages, and even content around spiritual awakening to really help you make sense of all that you're experiencing, so it will be easier, so you can really embrace this path ahead. So be sure to check out the video about the grounding practices so you can really make the most out of it. And I'm so grateful that you were here, that you were tuning in. I will see you again in the next video. Until then, make an amazing, abundant, successful day. Namaste.